everybody. We are here, and the subject of today is life after death. Is there is or it's no? There is no life after death. Things that we want to know about the longest trip that we are going to go after our life, and we have here our guests. And nice to meet you. And we have here Nitzan, where are you coming from?
Oh, I live in England. I'm a lawyer, and just happen to be here.
And the subject of life after death interests you?
It very interests me, yeah.
Why?
I've listened to you quite a few times before talk about life after death. So by now, I believe that there is this concept of life after death. But unfortunately, my brother passed away 2 weeks ago. This is the reason why I had to come to Israel. But now that I had the chance to come and talk to you about it, I thought it'd be good to know a little bit more about life after death, because now I really want to know more about where my brother is and why is he there and what is it all about.
We'll be able to help you. Yeah. And we have here.
My name is Shannon. I live in England, and basically I'm interested in life after death. I'm a marketing consultant, and I'm interested in life after death. I lost my parents, my mother when I was quite young, and my father a few years ago. So it's always been a question of mine, what happens afterwards, and I sort of have some feelings and thoughts, but I'll ask the Rav, and we'll get somewhere.
Okay. And
okay. I'm Einat from Israel. I live in Reut, Modin Maccabim Reut. I have several questions to ask you.
So we're going to start about this program about life after death. First of all, we have to understand that, of course, in Judaism, it's a very basic thing that there is life after death. And so the subject of reincarnation, for example, scientists like Ian Stevenson was asking if there is something like that. He was searching about kids, 2 years old, still 7 years old, that are speaking difficult things like, you're my parents. I have parents like in Tel Aviv. I remember things that I was in the past life, things like that, near-death experience, NDE. People who has accident or surgery, like they dead. I mean, they dead in every way that you can check it, and they died, and they're coming back after a minute, 2 minutes. I know a person called George Ordenaya, Dr. George Ordenaya. He was a psychologist. He came back after 3 days when he was in the morgue, and came back in life. And usually we think that nobody's coming back from there. So everybody's asking if nobody came back from there, so maybe there is no there, And there is a joke like that somebody drove a cab. One of the passengers, clapped on his back, and he was very terrified. So the passenger said, "Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to threaten you." So the driver said to him, it's not your problem, it's my problem, because I was a driver of Chevrat Kadisha, 25 years, and I'm not used to somebody touching me from behind. So we use that nobody's coming back from there. But in Judaism, it's a very simple thing. That the word chaim, life, in Hebrew, chaim, it's in rabim, it's multiple. There is chaim here, and there is another life after death. And
the name of my husband is Chaim, and the name of my father is also Chaim.
Okay, so they have 2 lives. But in Judaism, it's very simple, because let's say, for example, our meaning here in this world is like a preparation to the other world. It's like a station here, like a bus station or a train station. We're not supposed to stay here. We're coming here to do work, certain work, and we'll speak about it. And after we finish our work, somebody's finishing his work after a year, 10 years, 70 years, or 100 years. And then we are going back from the place that we came from this world, So just to give you an example, if a kid he's coming to the world, and he have a circumstance, Brit Milah. How old is he?
8 days old.
8 days. 8 days. I will ask his father, how old is your child? 8 days. But I will ask him, it's not true, because he was in the womb of the mother 9 months, and he was living there. She really felt him, like that, and knees, and then she felt him. So why we are saying that it's only 8 days old? Because we understand that all the time he was in the womb, it's like a preparation to go out to real life. In Judaism, it's the same. This world is just a preparation to the other world. But I'm sure you have questions to ask, so please feel free to ask whatever you want. I'm not maybe I won't be able to answer, so I will say it's a very good question, but we'll pass
Well,
it.
before I go into the life after death,
Okay.
because you've just mentioned that this world is the preparation for the next world, I would ask a question that is probably outside the topic and probably a little bit too complicated. At least it is for me. It's what's the purpose of all of that? I mean, let's assume that we go up there to the next world, then what? I mean, what if we go there because we don't really know what's happening there? Are we going to be told this is now the preparation for the next one? And we're going to have new complications, new mortgages, and new problems, new insurance companies, and everything else.
Okay, very
I mean,
good
what
question.
is it going to be all about?
very
I
good
mean,
question.
and what's the point of it? I mean, why does God need all of this? I mean,
Okay.
could he not just? Is it like Sims and the game that people play with the world, with families and?
Okay, it's a very good question. Of course, it's a very large question. It's
Yeah,
not
of
our
course.
topic of the broadcast, but I will answer you first thing that you have to understand. If Hashem created this world, He created it for a purpose. A wise person doesn't do silly things. If somebody made this glass, okay, this glass was made for a purpose, and I'm sure the person or the factory that made it, they put a lot of effort to do the best that they can do with this glass. Okay, the glass has a purpose. So of course, if Hashem created the world has a purpose. What is the purpose of the world? In Judaism, we have to understand that the glass is not the purpose. Everything that we are making, the purpose is beyond this material. So the glass it's okay, but it's not the purpose of the glass. The purpose of the glass is beyond the glass, whether inside the glass or something like that. So this world was created not for like a purpose. It's in Hebrew it's emtsai. How do you call it emtsai in English?
It's oh God.
Hallway. It's okay.
Like a misdaron?
Misdaron.
It's
Like a hallway.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
hallway.
it's a hallway. It's
passage.
A passage to the other world.
Yeah.
So of course we're here for a purpose. What our purpose? There's two ways to think about it. To look at that. Hashem can create this world and not to reveal why did He create this world. He can create this world and go to play basketball, for example. Okay. But and we can do whatever we want if He won't reveal His purpose. You can do whatever you want. I can do whatever we want, and you cannot say that I'm wrong. I cannot say you're wrong. All the possibilities, it's okay. But in Judaism, we believe that there is Mamad Sinai. Mamad Sinai, Hashem revealed His will. He said, okay, we are here in this world. I'm giving you a map, a treasure map, that you're supposed to go with this treasure map to go to your destiny. Your destiny is the other world, is the world of the sachar, the reward of what your deeds. And it's hard to understand that, but there's two ways to get your rewards of your deeds. Let's for example, you're working and you're earning X amount of money. You can get this same money, like I will give you a present, or not present, like a charity. If somebody is asking for money, donation, okay? So you can give, let's say, for example, $5,000, okay, in a month. You can work for that, and I can give you it for free. Which kind of money you will prefer more? You will enjoy the money more after you work on that, and this is your own, or I will give you like a...
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, of course, and so we're here in this world to work 70 years, 40 years, 100 years, and after we will work, we'll get this reward. The powerful reward is within the other world. Hashem created this other world for this kind of reward. What is going to be there, we don't know because it's spirituality, and we cannot imagine that because we are material persons. So let's, for example, I cannot explain to a blind person what's the meaning of the red color. Try to explain to a blind person from birth what is the color of red. Try to explain to him, it's red like a tomato. No, it's like blood. You have never seen that. So his concept cannot observe it or to things like that. So exactly we cannot understand, but we know that the other was is to reward our deeds.
And I have a question actually. The Torah, for honoring your parents, it says you'll have long life.
Right.
So what about somebody who's wonderful to their parents, who has done nothing but give them nachat and has been perfect their whole life, as we can see, and then they die young?
A very good question. The Gemara is asking you a question, and was one of the sages called Elisha ben Avuya. he saw a kid do two things. First of all, honor his parents, because his parents told him, one of his parents told him, his father, I think, told him, go to do a mitzvah called Shiluach HaKen. Shiluach HaKen, it's a mitzvah of the Torah, and this is the two places that the Torah is promising a reward of long life. So he was doing the two mitzvahs that's supposed to give you long life, and he went on the sulam,
On a ladder.
And he fell from that, and he died. So he did two mitzvahs of long life, and he died. It's contradicted. So what the Gemara is saying, that it's not the sachar in this world. There is no sachar, there is no reward on any mitzvah on this world. All this kind of mitzvah is just for the other worlds. Just for example, if you do that, you will get the reward in other worlds. But it doesn't matter. You will never get this sachar in this world. Never. Doesn't matter which mitzvah we'll do.
So the long life is meaning for the next life.
It's in the Gemara, לעולם שכולו ארוך. It's in the world that is all long. Long it's the other world.
But is it not meant to be a forever world? I mean, the next one.
Well, I didn't understand.
The next world is meant to be forever.
Right.
So once we get there, we're there forever.
Right.
So what is the long life that we get? I mean, do we get something extra that other people don't get? Or?
Yeah, of course. It's depend. We'll all be there, okay? But it's like we're all here in Israel. But there is places like in Israel, okay? There is places like in the States, okay? There is places like Beverly Hills.
Right.
And there is Queens. I don't underestimate.
The Bronx. The Bronx is better.
Okay,
yeah,
Bronx,
way worse than Queens.
So in Bronx and there's Beverly Hills.
Right.
So you will be a long time in this place.
Right.
But depends which place. And there is a long place or a small place.
I have a question. How can we ease the pain? The pain after death of someone is close that is close to us. Okay. How can we be happy after something like this?
Two things I will tell you. First of all, when somebody died for us, we're asking this kind of question from our heart, not from our mind. And it's hard to console the heart. It's easy to console the mind, because if I understand, okay, he finished his work here, he finished here and he's going back to his world. I will meet him after Tchiyat HaMetim, it's called in Hebrew. We will meet together after I will pass on after 120 years, or Tchiyat HaMetim. But to console the heart, it's only one thing: time. Time, it's the best cure for that. Just wait. Time will do his job, first of all. Second of all, if you will know that he didn't die. In Hebrew, there's two words. There is dead, like met, and there is niftar. In Hebrew, there's no dead, there is niftar. Niftar, it's like somebody who was working in a bank, okay? And how do you call it in English?
Fired him.
Yeah, he fired him.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So he was working in this bank and he was fired. Niftar is the same word in Hebrew, like fired.
In English it's the same. You have dead and you have passed away, which means we normally say about someone, rather than say that he's died, we say he passed away, meaning he passed away from this world to the next.
Okay, very good. Okay, so he just passed
away. פיטורין ונפטר.
So it's the same thing, that somebody who passed on, he didn't die. He's here, but not here physically. Okay, he's behind this wall. He's in the States, so he's not near me, but he's with me. And he knows what's happening with me. He's praying on me. I can help him. I cannot be in touch with him. This is our nisayon. But of course, I know that he is in a good place here. Now, I'm in the problem. Now he is. Because here in the world, this is a test. And we wanted this test. We're not wanted to finish. But we know that here is the battle. Here's the difficult place. Now he's done his job here. So he finished. So, he has a good time here.
So if someone dies or passes away young, there is an assumption. I mean, at the Shiva, everyone was talking about the fact that because he died young, he's probably done everything he needed to do here, and now he's moving on, and probably not going to be.
Not for sure. Because there is tzaddikim that died young. Let's for example, Ari Kadosh. He died, he was 38 years old, something like that, very young, okay? So I can say about Tzaddik that he finished his work here, so there's nothing to do, and he went on. Usually our job here, it's not like that, because we have a lot of things to repair, to do better, and things like that. But we know that each one of us came here for a different time. So one is like a different task. one guy got the task of 10 years, the other guy 20 years, 40 years, or 100 years. And it depends on us if we, made the most of this time or not. But it's not because we finished, we passed on.
So if he's come to do something, and he's done it, and he's now gone, and maybe he comes back, maybe not. Some also say that that if somebody dies in the family need to be thinking why, and maybe we've done something wrong. Is it the case? I mean, is it for the family to worry about something, the community to worry about something, or is it completely irrelevant? I mean, he comes here for a purpose. He's done his purpose, whether he needs to come back again or not. He's done it. Nothing to do with the rest of us. I mean, he's a soul on his own. Mm-hmm. He's done his bit.
Okay, just two things. First of all, he made his work. Live as an example. Yeah. He finished his work, but why we had to suffer? Because we were preferring that he will die later, 100 years from now. Yeah. Now, why he died so shortly? So we have to question why we did have to go through this suffer. We don't, not he. He is okay with him, but we have to ask ourselves why we have to go through that suffer? Maybe we did something not good that we deserve to get this soul in our family.
So this is...
Of course, we have to think about what we have done wrong, and maybe we can correct. Even though there is a possibility, somebody has a long life and it was shortened. Because let's say, for example, in the Rosh Hashanah, it's the most important word in the calendar of Judaism, and we said that in the Rosh Hashanah, Hashem is sitting on Kisei Din, like a judge, and giving our life, or Chas Shalom, differently illnesses or health and things like that. So we have to understand that maybe somebody has did Chas Shalom, not in your case or our cases, but somebody did bad deeds, and he was shortened his time here. So we have to understand why it happened. Maybe we are also responsible for that.
We all affect each other.
Right.
Wow. I wanted to ask about Tchiyat HaMeitim, coming back from the dead. Why would we want to come back? Why?
Okay, first of all, we have to understand that Olam Haba in Judaism, it's not heaven and hell. It's not the Olam Haba. This is the spiritual world. Olam Haba, the real next world, it's the 7,000. In Judaism, we are saying that Hashem created the world in 7 days, 6 days, and the 7 days was Shabbat. The same thing that the world will be here in this. There will be 6,000 years, and then the Elef Hashvi, the 1,000 of 7,000, and the Olam Haba, the real Olam Haba, it's the seventh world, 7,000, and then your body will also work here. Hashem wants to give your reward also for your body. Okay, your soul made mitzvot and things that, okay, but your body was fasting, your body was praying, davening, and wearing clothes that you didn't want to wear, for example, modesty and things like that. I don't want to wear a bikini now. So I'm not wearing a bikini now because Hashem told me, okay, I don't want that. So my body was suffering from the heat and things like that, so he deserved to get also reward. So the real reward is the body with the soul together.
But which one's going to come back? Because if we have the reincarnation and he comes as 5 different people,
very good.
Is he going to be a schizophrenic?
Okay, very good question. It will be an auction, and who the person will? No. Everybody will raise up if they made mitzvot. For example, if there is a reincarnation, not all your soul is coming back. Just the part of the soul that were wrong or didn't succeed to accomplish with something. So part of the soul is staying. It's not all the soul is coming back. Let's, for example, I have a test. I want to go to the university. I have a test of a lot of subjects, mathematics, English, things like that. If I was failed in mathematics, only mathematics, I'm not doing all the tests again, just mathematics. Okay, so math.
Yeah.
So it's the same here. I've done mitzvot here. Okay, I'm coming back because I didn't correct everything. I have something to correct too, but all the things that I've done good will be able to, my body to raise up. It's like a family, okay? Yeah. We're Fanger family, but I have kids, they're also Fanger. I have my wife, also Fanger. So we are like one soul, but separated out of bodies.
Yeah.
If someone is a disabled child and he can't, it's very hard for him to keep the Shabbat, what is his reward? He wants to keep the Shabbat, but it's very hard for him. What is his reward?
let's say, for example, if I understand good the question, first of all, we have a rule in Judaism. Just for example, the soul is like the body. If I want to practice to my arm, okay, I want to keep it good in shape, so I have to practice it. Okay, if I won't do anything, it will be not good. Flappy. So not flappy, even well, you know, if somebody broken his leg, okay, and he was like sitting like that in the hospital for 3 months. After that, the leg will be really flappy, okay. But it's rest. No, it's not good to rest. They have to work in this world, okay. So exactly, if I have to work with my feet, my hand. If I just don't want it to be healthy, I want to be really muscles, okay. So I have to take weights, and you know, to start to move them, and the weight will be heavy. But only if it will be hard, only if it will be heavy, it will grow, okay? And the most heaviest, the best, okay? If I come to a coach or in a gym, so he will tell me, you know, do 12 push-ups like that, and the 3 last ones has to be the most difficult ones, you know, like, and this will be the best, because the 3 hardest, it will grow the most. Exactly in our soul, the same. It's called in Hebrew, it's in Aramaic, in the language of the Gemara, lefum tzara agra. As it's hard, it's better. You get more reward. So if somebody is doing something and it's easy for him, the same mitzvah, the 2 people doing the same mitzvah, but somebody is doing the mitzvah, it's hard for him, he will get reward 100 times from somebody who didn't have the difficulties in this mitzvah. So if somebody has difficulty to keep Shabbat, for example, okay? If he's keeping 1 Shabbat, hard for him, but he's keeping Shabbat. So he has like 100 Shabbats, 2 years in 1 Shabbat. It's a good deal.
Okay. So God is really good, really. God is not so... I mean, sometimes I think about all the mitzvot and I get really overwhelmed that I'm not doing enough. And I think, I just get really nervous, like what's going to happen? And then I just think I can't do any of them. But... you know, are we meant to live life like so heavy and worried all the time and worried that God's going to punish us and we're going to die if we don't do this, our relative, this, like, how are we meant to...
Okay, it's a very good question. I have to tell you the last question.
Questions are very good.
No, I tell everybody that the question is good. Hashem wants us to be happy. Judaism is very happy, religious. It doesn't get to be... There is a... one of the books, Dvarim. How do you call Dvarim in English, you know? Deuteronomy. Okay, so in Perek Kafchet, 28 chapter, it's written that there is a lot of bad things that will happen to Chas v'Shalom, the Jewish people, if they won't be happy. Not to be happy, it's not good. And mitzvot, it's heavy. It's like hard, you know, and I'm afraid maybe I'm not doing enough, and, you know, maybe Hashem is angry on me, and he hates me because I'm really ruining everything, you know, really disappoint him, you know, maybe I won't do anything, and Chas v'Shalom, of course not. Hashem loves you, okay, and he knows how hard it's for you, and he knows also maybe you didn't raise like a religious person, and we didn't, you know, used to that, and we have all the things around us, you know, people that are not keeping religious, and, you know, they are looking nice, okay, and they are also having fun in life. Not only the religious people are having fun, on the contrary, sometimes. So, of course, you have to know that even a little bit light is, you know, putting out a lot of darkness, and you have to try whatever you can. And I will give advice: do whatever you can plus, because we can do more than what you are doing. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't put down yourself, you know. You have to understand that even a little bit, Hashem will really appreciate that. And it's not all that I will do or nothing. Let's, for example, there is a scale from 1 to 10. So if I will do anything, it's 0, it's nothing. 1, it's better. 2, it's wonderful. 3, it's good, whoa. And if I can do more than that, of course it's good. Right. So you have to practice even the little things. And I'm sure you have to understand that if you lose one thing, here it's very small. But it's like here in this world is a little bit, it's small. We said the other world is Olam Aroch, it's a long world. What it meant is like, we can see here from here the sun. And she's very small. I can take a coin, you know, I can vanish the sun like that. So everything that you're doing here, it's very small. But when you're really up there, you will see how big you have done those things. Okay, so much bigger, okay? So you have to not underestimate yourself, to encourage yourself. And I have to tell you that our time is finished. So,
Hashem, I had another question.
Yeah.
I've heard that the soul knows 40 days before the person dies that the person's going to die and that it's going to go up there. Because when a person dies, there always seem to be signs, and people talk on reflection, that person did this, did that, which was different to what they used to do. I mean, in my brother's case, he died 2 weeks ago, or passed away 2 weeks ago, and he was a little bit more romantic to his wife. He wanted to spend a longer time at the shul, at the synagogue. He did things that he never really did before, to the extent that he did before. So my question is, does the soul do it in order to tell us something, or is it just a coincidence?
Okay, it's a very good question. He's also a good question. The Zohar in Parashat Vayechi is saying what you have said, that 40 days, one opinion it's 30 days, before somebody will pass on who will feel that. And I'm afraid to say that in public, because there will be people out there, well, I'm feeling something. I know I'm feeling something. Please call everybody, all the family, I'm feeling something. So it's a difficult thing to say. But the person will feel something. Maybe it will be unconscious, maybe it will be unconscious. So he will feel something that he has to finish things here. But he won't be able to say it for us, not for sure. He will feel something, but we all feel some things. So I will tell you something. It's not something that we can do with that. It's do something that it's the right thing to say. I was in the States and was a young girl that committed suicide, and she was 16 years old. And the day after that, all her friends, do likes and things in her Facebook wall. Mm-hmm. Say how much they loved her and appreciated her deeds and things like that, admired her. And her brother wrote down, and he said, I'm really glad that you're saying that for my sister, but why didn't you do that yesterday? Mm-hmm. If you were to tell her yesterday, maybe she won't commit suicide. So commit suicide is something that you can choose, but the time that somebody will pass on, he cannot do anything. Mm-hmm. So maybe if somebody's feeling that for himself, to do things that don't wait till tomorrow. I heard from Steve Jobs. He was giving a lecture in Stanford University in 2005, and he said that when he was 17 years old, he met a book that changed his life. And it was one sentence from this book he remembered, and the sentence was like that: live every day that like it's your last day. Because maybe it will be one day like you will be right.
You will be.
So it's very optimistic line, but we have to understand that the Gemara is saying like that. Shuv yom echad lifnei mitatcha. So you have to be prepared every day to to make your move. So do things now. Don't postpone it, and don't wait. If you want to say somebody that you love him, say that you love him. If you want to help somebody, want to be more sympathetic to your wife, don't wait till you feel something. So let's make the most of our time, and we'll be here for a long time. Don't worry, but we have to understand that we're preparing ourselves to that world. Just to tell our audience that. To any trip, we are preparing ourselves. Okay, if there's 2 days trip, we are preparing ourselves. We're buying things, preparing ourselves. If there is a month trip, we're preparing ourselves more than that. In Judaism, you have to understand that we are going to the longest trip on earth. So we have to prepare ourselves. So we have to understand what to prepare, which money is going there, which deeds are, important there. So if we will make the most of our life, I'm sure we won't be disappointed that it was finished. So let's live hard and be living forever, but make the most of our life. So thank you for being with us. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.